Hello, everyone. I am here. I'm going to give you a few seconds to get on to join me live. I'm going to also pick up my iPad and make sure I can see your comments while we're going at it. There is about a 10-second delay, so I'm going to give you just a couple seconds to catch up with me. If I sound a little froggy, it's because I am. I am fighting a cold. Hi, Kay. I'm glad that you joined me. It's always fun when people join me live. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Ann. Do me a favor if you guys can leave me a comment or send me some hearts or likes, which are thumbs up, and let me know you can hear me okay. I am looking for the live on my iPad, and of course, it doesn't want to cooperate. Hi, Megan. Do you sound okay? Do I sound okay? I'm coming through all right? There I am. All right. Yes, I wanted to make sure I've got you here. Hi, Kathy. I'm glad that you're here. Let me just set that down really quick. That's going to be important as we go along so that I can see your comments. Oh, looks and sounds good. Okay, good. So I'm a little froggy. I'm kind of drugged up with lots of Sudafed and Mucinex and all kinds of good stuff. We had just recently come back from visiting my mom in Las Vegas for what I'm calling a family reunion. There were lots of us there. 17 of us went to be with my mom and stepdad. Hi, Becky. And 8 of us come back sick. What can I tell you? Hi, Joanne. I chalk it up to 5 hours on an airplane breathing yucky air from all those other people. Hi, Amy. I'm glad that you're here. All right. Now that we've got some of you here, we can kind of go ahead and get started. If this is your first time with Live with Lisa, welcome. I am so glad that you're here. And for those of you that are returning again this month, hi. Thank you. Thank you. This is a really laid back atmosphere. It's not going to be like some of the other lives that you have seen. Very much chill. I'm going to talk to you like you're in the room with me. It's going to be very casual. It's going to give you a lot of opportunities to ask questions. I will do my very best to read your comments when I'm down at the stamp table since I have my iPad. That's going to make it a lot easier. We are going to give away product prizes tonight. I have 4 of them to give away. We'll do it throughout the duration of this event. And I have got some goodies for you at the end that you're not going to want to miss. I've got some things to share with you and to show you. And I also have next month's special edition card kit. Fortune Burke is here. That is my mom. Hi, Mom. I just got to see her last week. We had such a great time when we were in Las Vegas with them. My mom acts as my virtual Facebook assistant. You guys might have also noticed that Megan is here. And many of you know Megan from YouTube. She's my YouTube live assistant. So look at that. I got a full house with both of them here tonight. So I'm so glad that you have all joined me. Hi, Patty. Let's start off the night by doing a prize patrol. Let's do our very first one. So let's see what I've got. I have a light and a dark Highland Heather Stampin' Blends, and we're going to give away those to one lucky winner. So I've got all your names in here, and I'm just going to open this up and I'm going to show you. Everyone who earned Live with Lisa is inside here. All right, so I'm going to mix you up really, really good, and I'm going to draw one name for right now. Let me just want to make sure I've got just one. I do. Let me set that down. I don't want to lose you guys. All right, and the first one is Peggy Lidinsky. She is the winner of the Stampin' Blends. Yay, Peggy. I've got a rubber band on these. That's going to make it really easy, so I will put Peggy's name on those, and I'll get those in the mail to her tomorrow. Congratulations, Peggy, you are our first winner. We've got more to go, so don't go away. Without further ado, I'm going to flip you guys down to the stamp table and let's get stamping, okay? I'll turn the camera around from time to time to do those prize patrols and to kind of interact with you. But let's get started. Here we go. I am not trying to make you dizzy. I am trying to get you situated so that you will be nice and close and you can see well. Let me get you squared away here a little bit. Let me turn on my fancy light. I've got another LED light here, which is going to make it really nice so that you can see better. I'm going to move you in just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Some of tonight's project I actually had to do ahead of time simply because it involves some of my very favorite things. It takes time. and I'll show you what I mean in just a second. I think you can see me okay. I've got a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock here. You're going to want to use thick Whisper White cardstock when you're using Stampin' Blends, which is what we are going to do first. When you're using the Stampin' Blends, you're going to also want to use Memento ink. This is a water-based ink, and the Stampin' Blends are alcohol-based, and they won't interact with each other and cause bleeding. So that's really important for you to know. I've had several of you ask me, why thick Whisper White cardstock? You're going to see a huge difference between the regular Whisper White and the thick. The Stampin' Blends will blend better. Oh, that's kind of like a mouthful. Hi, Terry. I'm glad that you're here. Hi, Tina. They'll blend better on the thicker paper because there's a little bit more porousness to it. I know that kind of sounds crazy, but you're going to find a huge difference. You're going to find it blends easier and it blends faster. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. And the stamp set that we're going to be using tonight for the first project is So Santa. I am digging this. Of course, I fell in love with it because of this cute little adorable surfboard Santa because, you know, living in Florida, which you wouldn't know by my long sleeves tonight because it's 49 degrees. It's really cold. This is just reminiscent of our Christmases here, but I love these little guys. They're so cute. And you've got greetings for both the inside and the outside of your cards. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Karen. I'm glad you joined me. So I've mounted the Santa that's on the scooter. Isn't this adorable? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink him up. I want to make sure that I tap and travel on my pad so I've got good coverage everywhere. I'm checking to make sure I don't have my edges. And I'm going to stamp him here, toward the lower right. So lots of firm, even pressure because this is an outline detailed image. So we've got that there. I've got my scrub right off camera. I'm using my Stampin' Scrub tonight because I've been doing a lot of stamping, tons and tons. And I'll talk to you more about that a little bit later. From that same stamp set, I've pulled out the words that say, just scooting by with a Christmas high. So I'm going to ink that up and I'm going to stamp that down here. Okay, so we've got our image. Now, I don't know about you guys, and if you like to color, it's very therapeutic. But I'm going to be honest with you. Watching someone else color is like watching grass grow, isn't it? I mean, it's fun for the person doing it, but not fun if you're watching it. Hi, Danette. I'm glad that you're here. I'm so glad you joined us. Okay, so through the magic of live television, here we go. We've got one that's almost all the way colored. You're going to get a tutorial tonight for this project, plus the 3 others that are using this stamp set. So don't feel like you got to copy and write everything down because I've got you all covered there. That's all done for you. I left the scooter blank because I want to go over some coloring tips with you, especially for those of you that are new. This is your first live with Lisa or maybe a first time even on a video, and I want to give you some tips about using these. The Stampin' Blends are quickly replacing my marker use. I will give you that much. And the reason is because you don't get any of those streaks. Look at this here. You're going to see how crisp this image looks. When you use a marker, you know what, just for grins, let me just pull one out here. Hold on. This is the great thing about my new cordless mic. Whoop, whoop, loving that. Got all fancy. Bob the Builder said I needed it. Here's the Real Red marker. Now I used the Real Red Stampin' Blends here. Just want to give you a quick lesson on this and why I love these so much. You know, when you color in any area, for instance on his hat, you're going to do some stroking, right? You're going to fill it in. And when you repeat an area, you're going to have some lines. This is most prevalent when you have a large area. So let me do the bag as well so you kind of see what I mean. So when I'm going to go in, I'm going to be careful too because, you know, I love to color, but I'm going to be careful when I'm coloring it in not to create those lines. I'm doing my best. But either way, you're going to see the little streaks. Do you see the difference here between here and here? That's because the markers are die-based. And when you repeat an area, it's going to leave those stroke marks. And if you've used markers, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But look at how flawless this is. Nice and even. So let me talk to you a little bit about the Stampin' Blends. If you've never used them before, love it. You can buy them individually or you can buy them in a combo pack. There is no price difference between them. So if you buy them together, which I always do because I like the light and the dark, you're going to be able to do some blending, which is what I've done here. And I'm going to do a little bit on the scooter to show you. So I'm going to start with the light one first. You're going to find a line underneath the cap on both sides. You see how this one's thin and this one is thick. That indicates the size of the tip of the marker. And when I'm working with small areas like this, I'm going to use that chiseled end or that fine tip end to make it a lot easier to get into. You're going to find too, do you hear that? Snap on, snap off. We did that on purpose because we don't want the alcohol in this marker to evaporate, so that when they're stored, you're going to have that lock, and it's going to make sure that it's sealed and it's going to last you a nice long time. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to color in my little scooter, and I'm going to color the whole thing this Granny Apple Green. How many of you like Granny Apple Green besides me? I was a big fan of Lemon Lime Twist. Now, let me have a little confession time here. I was not a big fan in the beginning. When we came out with it, I thought, ooh, ghastly, that is so ugly. I hate that color. Who would ever use that color? And guess what quickly became my favorite color? Yep, Lemon Lime Twist. I found out that it was working well with lots of colors, and I was like, ooh, the variation in this is fabulous. I really like it. All right, so I'm going to snap that closed. You're going to want to close them in between use. That's really important. I'm going over to the dark now, and I'm going to add some shading. So I'm going to bring some in on the seat, and here's a cheat for you. Those little artist rendering lines, that's an indication where you can put some dark colors. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work a little bit here in the hubcap as well. I'm calling it like the hub. And I'm going to work a little bit here around the top, and I'm going to work a little bit here around the top of the scooter. Don't get crazy and worry about whether or not you're putting the dark in the wrong place. It doesn't matter. The secret to getting that blending is going back to the light color and pulling those colors together. So here we go. I'm going to go back over this. There's no science to this. I like little circles. You can stroke. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to kind of go back over this. As the alcohol dissipates, you're going to notice that those areas are going to start to look more blended, more shaded than just where that color was lying down. So you're going to want to make sure you go over it to blend them in. Otherwise, you're going to have that real dark designation between where the light and the dark started. So I'm going to just kind of go back over this. And you know what? It doesn't all have to be the same color. If you've got light and dark areas, fantastic. So there we go. You can see I didn't cover in the whole thing. So we've got a scooter. That's the way you can use the Stampin' Blends. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about these a little bit more on the next project. You don't have to use them to shade. You can simply use them as colors like markers. Now, just before you join me, I went ahead and I added some glitter to here because I needed it to dry for this next step. And we're going to mount that to the card base that's here. So I've got Whisper White cardstock. I folded it in half just before you join me. I'm a big fan of my bone folder. Thanks, Megan. I'm glad that you like it. I am not a green fan by any sense of the word either. So the Granny Apple Green and the Lemon Lime Twist really caught my attention. I am going to add some of this beautiful silver and white baker's twine. I want to give you a little storage tip. How many of you like baker's twine and like me have a bunch of it? Because it's really affordable and it's very abundant. But whenever you go to put it in your drawer, those little loose ends, you know, they come out all over the place. So a good tip for you is to use a rubber band. Take one that's slightly bigger so you can go around a couple times, and you're going to find that it's going to tame all those loose ends together. And then you can throw these in your drawer and you don't have to worry about that, right? So I'm going to pull off quite a bit here because I'm going to work with just this one layer. And I'm going to come around here twice. Now, when I'm stamping by myself, which is, you know, I'm not doing a video or you're not watching me, I usually leave my twine and my ribbon. I got to make sure I pull off enough. Today, I ran this and it went crazy. It went down on the floor and towards the door. So I'm trying to keep it railroaded today. I keep it on the spool because then I can actually gauge how much I need, and I find that I'm a little bit less wasteful. So here we go. I'm coming down to here, and I'm going to cut myself a little bit off. So there we go. I'll put that rubber band back on that later. And you like it. I'm so glad. Now, look what I'm going to do. I've got two pieces here. So I'm going to take this end, and I'm going to run it up underneath here. So I've got these cinched together. Whenever I use baker's twine, I am going to make a knot first. That is really important. And let me tell you why. This stuff is really thin and it's slippery. Does anyone else think it's kind of slippery? It's kind of slick. And if I don't tie a knot in it, I'm busy talking and not tying, I find that my bow comes undone and then all comes out the baker's twine. And that's really frustrating for me. So I'm just going to make sure I got my knot in place. And now I can kind of slide this where I want it. And do you see what it's done? It's created that really kind of fun hourglass kind of shape. Do you guys see it? But I'm guaranteed that it's going to keep these pieces together. Oh, Patty, you like the tip about the rubber band and the twine. You know what? Who doesn't have a rubber band, right? And now I'm going to go ahead and make my bow. Now, some of you tell me your bows lay kittywampus, which means kind of sideways. And you know what? That happens too when you have baker's twine, especially when it has that silver filament in it. So don't think it's just you. If you're one of those bow makers that goes over, try going the other way, and you might find that it lays a little bit better for you. Now, my loops are a little bit too big, so I'm going to put my finger right here on that knot, and I'm going to pull this. And do you see what happens? How it kind of curls up? There's no way to avoid that when there's that silver filament inside that twine. That's just something you're going to have to get over. I know it makes me crazy too. Yeah, my A-type personality is kicking in. You guys are all seeing it. So I'm going to give this a little bit of a haircut. So I've got some nice clean edges here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this here. Now we are no way, shape, or form done, so bear with me. I'm going to flip that over. I'm grabbing my dimensionals. And you guys know that I am generous with these because I want to make sure that when I put this in the mail, whoever receives it on the other end is going to have a card looking like when I made it. If you're not generous with your dimensionals, your card will come out lopsided because it goes through the rollers at the postage machine. So I'm using a little bit more probably here than you would, but that's okay. You do also see this? This is the bleeding from the Stampin' Blends, and that is the indication of good cardstock. You should absolutely have that bleeding effect because of the alcohol that runs through that marker. So this is why you want to work on a protected surface, which is another reason why you do not want to stamp on the base of your card, because guess what will happen? It'll go right through to the inside. So when you're using the Stampin' Blends, remember to layer, otherwise it's going to bleed through and you'll have to cover that. All right, so let me take this off. And like I said, there's another step to this because you know me. It can't just be just plain. And this is cute as it is, but I wanted to show you something else that I haven't used in a live in a really, really long time. I've done it in a video. Okay, I've got all those off. I'm going to slide this over, and I'm just going to center this on the base of my card. All right. Do you guys see my bow? Okay, it is making me crazy. So I'm going to give you another tip. Glue dots. This is my Take Your Pick pickup tool, which, by the way, has quickly become my beloved friend in my stamp room. I cannot live without this thing. I am going to peel back the paper, and I'm going to reveal one glue dot. And I know it's going to probably be kind of hard to see in the video because it's shiny and small. And I am going to ball this up right on top of here. I don't even care what shape it is or what it looks like. It doesn't matter because I am going to cheat and make this stay exactly where I want it. I'm putting it right underneath the knot, and I'm pressing and I'm pulling. And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of fix this so that it's kind of going in the direction I want. I didn't want my bow hanging the wrong way. So there we go. I just cheated. All right, here comes my next step. I don't know if you guys have ever tried the embossing paste, but I am loving this stuff. Now, there's something really important about this that you need to know. You need to make sure that if you're actually going to be using the stencils that come with this, that you have a small little tub of water, or you're intending to go right to the sink when you're done, because it dries that quickly if you put it on fairly thin. So tonight, because I can't run to the sink because you guys are here, I've got my baby wipes. No, I do not clean my stamps on this, and you shouldn't either. We'll talk about that in a second when we talk about the new stamps that are cling mount that are coming out. Now, when you buy the embossing paste, you can also buy these palette knives, and there's 3 in a package here. This one kind of reminds me of when you do frosting on a cake, and this one's kind of like more like a flat spatula, kind of like a butter knife, which I like when I'm applying over a mask because it's nice and flat. This one I've chosen for tonight for what I'm going to do here. This one is the shimmery white, and because it sparkles, ooh, swoon, I'm totally in love with this. Oh, hi, Joanne. It's not warm there either, I'm sure. Now, when you purchase it, it's got this like styrofoam cap on it. I'm going to entice you to make sure that you leave the little foil thing here because you're going to want to make sure this is nice and tight when you're done. I'm going to go ahead and get this ready. I'm going to dig in here. Can you guys see the shimmer? Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy. And I'm going to put it on the back side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of dab this on here for the snow underneath his little tires. Now, you might be thinking, oh, gosh, that's going to take forever to dry. Nope, not going to take forever. I'm going to make little tiny globs, and then we are going to set this aside. Now, you can add as much or as little as you want, but can you imagine using this over a stencil and you get that beautiful shimmer? Oh, so pretty. Okay, so now we've got our little snow going here, and that palette knife's doing all the work for me, and I'm going right over that stamped image. All right, anything you don't want, you can scrape and put right back in here. I'm going to lay that on my baby wipe, which is just off camera. Make sure this is sealed. Make sure this is closed tightly. When it's shipped to you by Stampin' Up, it comes in a little Ziploc bag, just like this. This is actually the one, and I put it right back in there. You know, I live in Florida, so I don't really have too much problem with it drying out because it's pretty humid here. But if you're in one of the warmer, drier states, you would. And then again, when you're done with your stencils or your palette knives, you're going to want to make sure you clean them off because this paste is called paste for a reason. It's going to dry and it's going to get hard. And you don't want to leave that on top of here or on top of your stencils. You do not need soap and water. You just need warm tap water and you're good to go. But when this dries, oh, this is going to be stinking cute. And it's got just a little bit of elevation here, so it's like a 3D. Can you guys see that? Oh, isn't that fun? And again, really, really cute if you'd like to color. Listen, if you don't like to color as much as I do, consider stamping it in a single color and adding some bling. Add some fun colored ribbons, some sequins, and that's going to do all the work for you, especially if you need to do a bunch of cards. All right, so here is the first card that's going to be part of your tutorial, and then I have 3 others using this exact same stamp set, So Santa. Let me pull them out of my handy dandy envelope. All right, here is the first one. I should say the second one because this is the first one. And this one I actually used the Baker Santa, and I used some of the Designer Series paper here and create a small square, so just quadrants. And again, my tutorial for you is all going to include these cutting dimensions to make your life really easy. So don't think you've got to kind of try to figure this out. I did that all for you. I use Stampin' Blends here again, but what's really cool about this is I really didn't blend it too much. And again, you don't have to blend at all. So we've got those 2. Karen says she likes the shimmer paste. Oh my gosh, the shimmer paste is my favorite. You can get it plain and you know you can color it. You can add a couple drops of re-inker and like a little small disposable paper plate, and you can mix it and make it colored. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Here's another. You may have seen one similar to this that I did a video on, which was a bunch of circles. This Designer Series paper, this is the Tropical Escape, is fabulous for not just tropical cards, but great for that So Santa there, that Tropical Santa. And last but not least, look how I used the word dies here. I die cut the word ho ho, so I actually stacked up 2 pieces of paper and I die cut 2 H's and 2 O's at a time. And I know you guys are probably thinking I'm nuts because you know I am. Do you see that little face? There he is. I took him right from here and I took the hat from here and I did a little fussy cutting, and it's a lot easier than it looks, so don't be poo-pooing me if you think it's crazy, too much fussy, because this was a simple card. This Designer Series paper is from the Wood Textures, and all I did was lay that over the entire front of the card base, put on my words, stuck on my Santa. I colored in his flesh tone with that Ivory Blends, and I add a little bling to his hat. So these are going to be the 4 cards that are going to be part of the tutorial for So Santa. I'm trying to get them all in the camera without touching the paste. That's probably not going to be really easy. But there you go. I hope you like him. Isn't he cute? This is really a fun stamp set. And it's definitely something that's never going to go out of style because isn't Santa reminiscent of Christmas, right? That's for sure. All right, let me turn you around. Here I am. Okay. You love the scooting by. Isn't he cute? I thought he was really cute. Amy says, my parents live in Myrtle Beach. That would be perfect for them. Oh, wouldn't it? I'm telling you what, that little Santa's so cute. I really have enjoyed this stamp set. I really relish on trying to find stamp sets that you guys may have not given a lot of attention to and breaking it out and coming up with a bunch of ideas to kind of expound your creativity. Now listen, even if this stamp set, I'm reaching for the table, sorry. Even if this stamp set is not something that you are digging, I want you to remember that in the tutorial I'm going to provide you tonight, look at the layouts. The layouts are going to be easily providing you with ideas to substitute other images in their place. All right. So this is another great example. This could be any Designer Series paper. This could be any image in a circle. I feel a sneeze coming on. Not much I can do about that. Sorry. And for those of you just joining, I'm sick. I've got on antibiotics today, so I'm going to be better soon. But aren't you glad that we're live and you're not really here and I'm not breathing on you? So the layouts, same thing with this card, as simple as it is. Anything could go here. One big flower that you don't even have to color. Maybe it's one of the distinctive stamps. Maybe it's a two-step stamp, a small greeting, a little twine, you're done. So the layouts are really, really important for you as you use other projects. Same with this one. What other words could you use and use a small piece of a stamp set? It could be merry. It could be happy. It could be party. It could be a number like 50 for someone's birthday or a wedding anniversary. So get creative with how the layouts are used and use them to your benefit. That's one of the reasons why I love giving you the tutorials. So you're going to get the 4 tutorials for Sew Santa for sure. Includes all the cutting dimensions, the supplies, and of course there's multiple pictures of each one. And I'll upload those here. There we go. As soon as we're done with tonight's live. Okay. So let me set my cards aside, and then what I'm going to do now, make sure I don't mess up that paste, because I'm sure one of you are going to get that card when you place your order. Let's give away some ribbon. Let's do another prize patrol. Oh, thank you, Megan. This is the beautiful Real Red ribbon. The one reason I have loved this ribbon, I know you probably can't tell, is it's mixed satin. There's a row of like lines at the top and it's solid on the bottom. Oof, red's my favorite color. So there we go. All right, I'm going to mix this up. Let's see who's getting the ribbon. All right, I'm mixing them up. I'm mixing my hand inside, mix them up really, really good. Okay, I've got just one. That's really important. I'm closing you guys up. Let's see who gets the mixed satin ribbon, and the winner would be Allison Eastwood. Congratulations, Allison. I'm going to grab a glue dot and I'm going to attach that to Allison's ribbon so I can make sure I get that in the mail to her. And I'll stick that on there and I'll get that to her tomorrow. Congratulations, Allison. Yay for you. All right. I am going to clean up my mess. And how about if we go over to the next project? Okay, I'm going to turn the camera down. Just bear with me for a second while I rearrange things. Did you guys like those card layouts? Even if you don't like the stamp set, I'm hoping I'm sharing something with you in those layouts that you'll be able to enjoy. All right, so let me stick all this stuff back inside of here. Move out my stamps and bring in some new ones. All right, switching out totes, bear with me. And I'm bringing in the next one. All right, for those of you that don't know, I have a serious fetish with snowmen. I have for a long time, I don't know what it is about them. I think it's their chubby little round bodies, and that nose cracks me up. I just absolutely love it. Spirited Snowman, you guys might remember the penny spinner card that I did. You might also remember Megan's amazing pull tab card that I did. I did mine horizontal, Megan did hers vertical not too long ago. That was this stamp set. I love this because it's not just for Christmas. Do you see one Christmas greeting in here? Nope. These are just winter greetings. And for those of you that do memory keeping as well as scrapbooking, this is great for those winter layouts too. So I don't want you to overlook these. All right, so let me pull out my pieces here. And let me find all my pieces. That's what's even better. Hold on one second. I got a lot of little pieces in here. Well, they're not really a lot. A few. All right, there we go. So I've got a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock once again. I'll bring you guys in a little bit closer so you can see better. I think that's good, right? I'm hoping you can see. Back to my memento, because guess what? I used Stampin' Blends again. But this time I'm going to give you a couple tips about the Stampin' Blends. I want you to use them as markers. I don't want you to have to necessarily blend with them. The other great thing about the Stampin' Blends, let me pull these back out over here from the other one we just used. You're going to find the light and the dark are reminiscent of two different colors with Stampin' Up. So you're going to find the light is going to get away with Lemon Lime Twist and even Pear Pizzazz, while the darker is more of definitely Granny Apple Green. So the great thing about the light and dark is they're going to actually encompass 2, 3, sometimes 4 of the Stampin' Up colors in our color family. So you can use them independently on your projects to coordinate with your cardstock, your ribbon, and your accessories. So don't overlook that. All right, so I'm going to take out my little ink pad here. I'm going to ink this up. Okay, you guys are chatting. I'm trying to catch up. Congratulations, Allison. Yes, those Santa cards are cute. I love the snowman too. Oh, good, Joanne. You got a snowman fetish too. And Patty says she likes the cards, but she loves the snowman much better. I'm a snowman girl. What can I tell you? All right, so here's my snowman. Stamp him on here. Remember, detailed stamps take a little bit of love, so make sure you trace them out to get a really good image. You may think that this is looking fuzzy. It's not. This is actually the way that the sketched artist made this stamp. So it's got like double lines around the images of the snowman. Frankly, it makes it even easier to color because you've got a perimeter. It gives you kind of like a double safety zone, for instance. All right, I'm going to go back to these just because I have them out, and I actually did use them. I'll show you the one I've colored. But I want to show you without coloring them in. So I'm going to go back to that thin side because it's a lot easier to use. All right, I am not going to color this in. Do you see how this definitely looks like Granny Apple Green? But look, no streak marks. This is the lighter one. I'm going to add that one here just for fun, just so you guys can see a little bit bigger area. Do you definitely see the color difference? So they coordinate, absolutely. But the dark is dark and the light is light. So this will go with pear really well. It'll also go with olive, but of course we have an olive blends. The one thing I love about the Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to encourage you when you purchase them, go ahead and scribble them out on some thick Whisper White cardstock. Leave yourself a little palette in your stamp room so that when you're coloring in projects, if you don't have all the Stampin' Blends, you can then look at this little chart and decide what colors it matches to the cardstocks that you have. So don't just think this is just Granny Apple, because it certainly isn't. This is very, very close to Pear Pizzazz. As a matter of fact, I am reaching over for the Pear Pizzazz marker. Here we go. And look, pretty darn close, huh? Next to cardstock, you would not be able to tell the difference. You'll also find that I do that in a lot of my videos where I'll mix and match, and you probably don't even know it. Yep. All right, so there's a way to use these without blending, but you get that beautiful color finish without any streaking. I also want to talk to you about one other thing before we actually go to the one that I've colored. Hi, Nancy. I'm glad that you joined us. Let's talk about cutting. This does not have a die. I know, one of you is already kind of like, oh man, no dies. Well, we don't have dies for everything. And I love you, friends, but we are paper crafters. That means we do cut from time to time, and this is one of those. And you're probably looking at this and thinking, there's no way I'm going to cut that out. And that's okay, but I want to give you some tips. Circle, oval, square, if you don't like to fussy cut. I personally love to fussy cut. I find it therapeutic. So I'm going to talk to you about fussy cutting. I'm going to give you some tips. Whenever you know you're going to mount the piece on another white background, you can be less picky. The reason is any of those edges that show are going to blend right into the background of the card. All right, so here we go. I've got my scissors. I'm going to come down here by the skates. The first thing I do is I cut away as much cardstock as I can to make it easy. I always leave some white cardstock around the edges. Do you see how I'm cutting down here and I'm not using the tip? I have more control. And I'm not going really, really close to that skate. Do you see how I've left a white cardstock around it? Because it's going to go on a white card base. You're not going to see it. So don't make yourself crazy by going too close. And you certainly don't want to risk ripping the piece of paper if you cut it too shallow. Leave white cardstock all the way around. All right, so I'm coming around the edges here, and I'm coming around the nose. Watch, curve. So you follow the same shape as your stamp. And if you can't if you can't get close and you don't feel comfortable, then don't. Watch what I'm going to do around these pom-poms. I'm going to come up and around here and up and around here. Hey, my iPad just froze. I hope you guys didn't find me frozen, because this one is. That's a bummer. And I'm going to cut straight here on the fringe. Heck no, I'm not cutting into those little fringes. That's too much work. When you get down inside of here, let me show you what I call the backup technique. Most of you will want to do this. And when you're using thick Whisper White cardstock, that works fine. But the problem is if you're not, you'll find that this rips the paper. Okay? So what I often do is I come back in and I work backwards. So I'm working this way now, coming around this way. That's going to leave me a nice clean opening on the inside. Practice makes perfect. That's what I say. All right, so I'm going to throw that snowman over there. Let me clean this up and let me bring in the one I have almost already colored. I'm going to add a little bit of shading to this that I haven't already done. So I've used the Granny Apple again and the red. There's absolutely no shading in the scarf. That's too much trouble. I wasn't bothering. But I want to add a little color to my snowman. I want to make him look Oh, a little icy. Oh, and you like to fussy cut too? Good, I'm not alone. So I've got the light pool party here. I'm going to come up around here, and I'm going to add a little bit around here, and I'm going to add a little bit around here, around his belly. And if you like it just the way it is, you can leave it, but I'm going to stretch this out, and I'm going to add a little bit more color here. So I know that's probably kind of hard to see because it is a light color. I'm going to try to hold it up and see if you guys can see it. Can you see that little bit of pool party? If that's too dark for you, the color lifter is your best friend. I have a whole video series on YouTube on the Stampin' Blends. Everything from the very basic to the color lifter, using it in a multiple of ways, clear to shading, large and small images. So check that out if you're really interested in the blends, because I love these. I'm going to use the small end for this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, what I call my invisible pusher, and I'm going to go right over this. And what's going to happen is it's going to process that ink. Now it takes about 10 seconds for the alcohol to dissipate. But what's going to happen is you're going to find that that pool party ink or any color ink that you're going to use is going to become more muted. It's going to become more subtle. So that when you're looking at this up close, you can see the shading, but it's not like there, you know, it looks more professional. So that's a great way to use your color lifter to blend out some colors. It's exactly the same thing I did down here in his skates. I added a little bit of smoky slate here to the back of his skate, and I put the color lifter over it just to kind of make him look a little, you know, a little slushy, a little dirty on the back of those ice skates. Left the blades in the smoky slate themselves. The color lifter is also an awesome way to fix mistakes. So if you put color somewhere you don't want it, you can actually take the color lifter. I always like the chiseled side. You're going to work away from your mistake, because what's going to happen is the alcohol is going to bleed in, and it's going to start to erase that color or mute the color so that your mistake is less noticeable. Again, I have a video on that as well. All right, so I've got my little guy here, and before you join me, I used the Softly Falling embossing folder on my card base. So I got my heavier snowflakes at the top, lighter coming down at the bottom. Of course, here's my cute little guy, but you know what? He needs something else. So let's push that off to the side. I'm going to move this. And you know when I move that, that's always an indication that I am bringing in my Big Shot. Okay, so here we go. I got my Big Shot. I'm a fan of the magnetic platform whenever I'm using dies because it helps to hold them in place. And I'm going to be using the Layering Ovals Framelits. Hi, Jean. I'm glad you joined us. I absolutely love the shapes. The squares, the circles, the ovals, and even the stitched shapes. They're my absolute favorite go-to dies in my stamp room. And the reason is this. You get a lot of bang for your buck. So you're going to get a whole bunch of nesting shapes here. I've already got one missing. And I've got another set here of scalloped images. Now, the great thing about these is they fit inside of each other, whether you want scallop or you want just plain circles, ovals, or squares. Like I said, they come in different shapes. But I love the fact that there's no guesswork, so I'm able to nest them inside of each other for great layered greetings or images. So these are the layering ovals, worth their weight in gold. All right, so I've got an oval that I've pulled out here, and I've got to put a clear mat on the bottom to protect that platform. You don't ever want a die cut right on top of there. And I've got a piece of silver foil. I'm sure that's probably blinding you, sorry. And I'm going to put my die right on top of there. And then I've got another clear mat over the top to protect that. And I'm going to run this through. However, let's take a time out for a second. Do your plates look like mine? They've got etch marks in them because you've die cut quite a bit, right? That's what they're for. You don't want that transferring to this, especially if your plates are a little bit warped, which means they're going to bow down. So one of my best tips for you is to take a piece of computer paper. I'm actually going to tear this in half because it's too big. And this is an old event thing. This is one of my recycle tips. I'm going to put the plain side right over that to protect that paper. Hi, Linda. I'm glad you joined us. And I'm going to lay this over the top. That piece of paper now is going to protect that foil that's going to be exposed so it doesn't have those scratched mar spots. Please make sure that you invert and change your clear plates often. Look at, do you see how no scratch marks? Isn't that great? That's a good tip, isn't it? All right, so some of you would probably save that and do something cool behind it, I'm sure. This can be reused, or in my case, I'm just going to throw it away because I've got quite a few of those. Make sure that what was on the top then becomes what's on the bottom. And what was up then is down. And what's forward becomes back. If you change these around regularly, you are going to find that you're going to get a longer wear time from them, and you're going to have better die cut images. What happens is when these start to get warped, the dies then don't get to run through the rollers in here evenly. And you're going to find that you've got areas in your die that are missing, especially in the center. It's not die cutting well. That's because you need to rotate these. And you know what? I think they're 11 bucks. Buy yourself another set. Have them on hand when the other ones go bad. You'll thank me. We like to invest in all the fun stuff, right? Like the accessories and the inks and all that fun stuff. We don't like to buy all the maintenance things. I'm right with you. All right, so we've got now what's going to be our little ice pond. So I'm going to flip that over. I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet. How many of you guys have this? Is this not just like the best thing since sliced bread? I'm loving it. If you're like me too, you've had glitter on your work surface, maybe embossing powder, maybe small pieces of dimensionals, and you find it kind of sticks to here. Take out that sticky roller. You've seen me use this to clean up my work surface, and go over your silicone craft sheet. Oh my gosh, this is a tip you'll thank me for. That's going to keep all those small pieces off of there for you, and it's going to keep it clean. I'm going to lay that foil side down to protect that, and I'm going to add adhesive to the back. And I'm going to be a little bit more generous than I normally am, simply because I want to make sure that it's going to stick really well to these bumpy areas. So I've got my little pond here, and I'm going to work in the center. And then I'll rub that in place. You know, I'm a big one for rubbing from the back to make sure it's nice and secure. Are you guys with me? No one's talking to me. I want to make sure you're paying attention. I don't want to be talking to myself. Talk to me. All right. And I've got my snowman. So I'm going to take him and put him here. Large dimensionals are going to work on some of these bigger areas. And you know how I am about balancing them. We talked about that earlier. And I've got my head here. But I've also got my mini dimensionals. This, of course, you can cut these in half. You know you can do that. But I got these, so why not use them? I absolutely love the fact that I can use my pickup tool to help me pick them up because they are rather small. And I'm going to add a couple here. And again, I'm being generous with these because I want to be sure that it's going to come out looking like when I sent it. All right, so there we go. We got some of those. Now we're going to work by taking off those paper backings. The small ones I seem to get off really, really easy, but sometimes I have trouble with those larger ones. Are you guys with me? If that happens to you as well, here's a tip. Take your fingernail and press in the center. That's going to bow the paper backing so that you're able to lift those right off. Okay, I don't think my, for some reason the comments on my iPad are not catching up. I just did a tiptoe to look at the top of my phone where I'm filming, and I can see you guys are chatting, but I can't see it on my iPad. Technology, you gotta love it. Let's let him skate. I mean, he's got to be, I'm talking Olympian here. He's going to do some, figure eights and some really awesome things. So I'm going to tip him. There we go. Not done. You know me, right? I've got my greeting, and I knew my head was going to have to be super close to get that on that little tiny piece of paper. I'm at that age, friends, where I have to get closer to the paper. This is going to go up here, so I'm going to flip that over as well. I know my full-size dimensionals are not going to fit, so I'm going to come back over to my small ones. I'm going to add these to the back. Again, I'm going to balance this because I want to make sure when it goes through the rollers at the mail meter, the post office, that it comes out looking like I made it. You know what? These are less than a penny a piece, so I say don't skimp. You go through the time to make a beautiful card. Make sure it looks beautiful when it gets to the other end. All right, you might be done, but I'm not. I'm going to pull out some sequins. Let me grab them here. I am using the metallic sequins assortment. You're going to find that you've got black, silver, copper, gold. You've even got some white iridescent ones in here. They're really pretty. I really, really like that. So I've pulled out the ones I want to use beforehand because I wasn't going to make you watch me dig through there. Here's where my pickup tool is a wonderful thing. Now you can use your fine tip glue, but those of you that have watched me before live know that I absolutely dig these. These are from Paper Pumpkin. They are glue dots. So you're probably thinking, why didn't you just use the ones on the roll? Well, I'm going to tell you why. I have a hard time getting these off and leaving them a perfect circle. They're going to stretch and distort. These, because they're on a paper backing, will not. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sequins, and this is a good tip for you when you're working with sequins at home, is I'm actually going to place them on my card where I want them first, because this way I can rearrange them if they're kind of not where I wanted them. So I'm going to put one down here, one down here. Oh, that one's alive. And I'm going to put this one over here. I'm like, okay, I'm looking kind of for a triangle effect. Sometimes I'll cluster two together and I'll put another one far away. That just gives visual interest to the card. All right, so now these paper pumpkin ones, this is what's so slick about these. I'm going to come up underneath here, and I'm going to pick it up. It's there. It's got a paper back on the other side. I'm going to press that in place, and I'm going to do that now on every single one. If you guys haven't tried paper pumpkin, I'm going to give a shout out for paper pumpkin. I hope you'll give it a whirl. For $19.95, you're going to get a new photopolymer stamp set every single month. They're never for sale, so you can't buy them. I'm now taking off that paper backing if you guys are wondering what I'm doing. You also get a new color ink spot. So maybe there's inks in there that you don't own. It's a great way for you to try them. Those little spots are 1 inch by 1 inch, and they are refillable with the ink refills. And you know the reason I love these glue dots? I don't have to wait for the glue to dry. Said every lazy crafter such as Lisa, right? I love that. So there we go. We've got those all in place. Isn't this cute? Again, the layout. This is something really important for you guys to try. I'm telling you what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back right now and I'm going to try to refresh my screen and see if I can catch up with you guys because I don't see any of your comments. Oh, there we go. Now I see your comments. Oh, don't we love technology? All right, there's one other thing I wanted to do to this card. And again, I know you guys are like, enough already, but I can't help myself. So I am going to take out that cookie cutter builder punch. And you see this little tiny heart right here? I'm going to stick that right in there. I'm going to pop out my heart. Here he is. And you're probably thinking, how are you going to get that on there? So you know what? We're going to do it the very, very easy way. I'm going to take my pickup tool. And I'm going to grab my liquid glue. For some reason, I didn't bring it out. I don't know why. Here's where your silicone craft sheet's going to be your best friend once again. When you go to use your liquid glue, any of them, get it started here. Boy, there's nothing worse than a whole glob comes out, right? So I'm going to tap this. Okay, I've got a little bit of there. I'm like, oh, where do I want him? Well, I want him here because my greeting is talking about warming your heart. All right? And now I've got my little heart right here, and I'm going to dab that. That pickup tool is like my best friend. Makes it so easy. How did we ever live without this, right? Now, as this dries, you'll be able to rub this right off. Adhesive will not stick to this. So you can see nothing will stick to this. So when this turns opaque, just rub it. It'll come right off. This also works great for hot glue if you guys don't have it. All right, so there is one of our snowmen cards. Let me clear a little spot here, and I'll bring out the other ones I made for you. This is a separate tutorial that are also going to be included up here on this Facebook page for you guys. Okay, here's the other one. I used all the greetings from this stamp set. I'm trying to read now because my computer was all messed up. You're having issues with comments. I had to go out and come back in. Oh, Megan, I'm so sorry. You guys like he's ice skating on the pond. Terry says she loves this one. She's a snowman fool too. Good. Oh, Anne says it's sweet. Linda's replying to Patty. I usually stamp, please hand stamp on the envelope if there's a dimensional. Oh, good idea. All right, so this one I use the Swirls and Curls embossing folder. And I don't know why, but it's frozen again, so I'm trying to catch up with you guys. And I used those circle framelets and just some regular glitter here. This is markers. This is not Stampin' Blends. Really simple with that metallic edge. Here's another one. This one uses that buffalo check background stamp. Ooh, I love that stamp. It is so much fun to use. Add a little bit of ribbon. I added Wink of Stella to the background here. I don't know if you guys can see the shimmer or not. Just scraps of designer paper. Great way to use your scraps. This is Stampin' Blends, but I did absolutely no blending at all. I just colored it in. Patty is saying, where'd you get a stamp like that? The hand stamp by Stampin' Up! Sells them. It's in a mixed stamp set. You can also order custom ones with your name on them online, vippies.com, VIPPIES.com. Here's your last one. I actually used a full front of watercolor paper. And all I did was I took my aqua painter and I made this really, really wet. And I just kind of dropped some water on there and then let it dry. And then I stamped it once it's dry. That's really important. I stamped it with StazOn ink. StazOn will make sure that there's no bleeding, even if that paper's slightly moist. And I use that winter cheer. So here we go. We got our 4 cards with our spirited snowmen. Megan, thanks for chiming in about that. I appreciate it. Okay, which one is your favorite? I would love to know. Isn't he cute, though? I absolutely love snowmen. So, so cute. So let me know which one is your favorite. I'm going to turn you around. Megan says she likes the cards. Oh, good. I'm so glad that you guys like them. Oh, just have to love snowmen. I know. What's there not to like about a snowman, right? Oh, Terry says they're all cute. Linda said she got her personalized stamp online. Yeah, vippies.com is online. You know, many years ago, I'm probably going back like 6 or 7 years ago, Stampin' Up! Used to do personalized hand stamp by stamps, but they just didn't sell well, so they had to stop doing it. Anne says she likes the skating snowmen and then the couple. Okay, good. Thanks for letting me know. Mary Lou says, oh, hi, Mary Lou. I didn't know you were here. I must have missed it. She likes the Mr. and Mrs. Anne likes them all. Linda says they're adorable. Megan, I think, is talking to Joanne. She's talking back to Jan. Kay is really like all of the cards tonight. Oh, I'm so glad. Yay. Okay, good. I try to make them all different to try to cater to a bunch of different tastes. What do we say we do another prize patrol? Okay, let's see what I got here. All right. I have now a package of cards that are already cut and scored with matching red envelopes for you. And let's find out who our winner is. Tina says I'm all crazy about snowmen. Yep, me too. We got that in common. All right, I'm going to put my hand in and mix them up some more. And I want to make sure I have just one, because sometimes they stick together. I do. Okay, I'm closing you guys back up. All right, here we go. What do we got here? Oh, look at that. Mary Lou Endicott, you're a winner. Yay, yay. Mary Lou, I'll stick these in the mail to you tomorrow. And since you don't live very far from me, you should get these in the next day or so, right? You'll be able to use these hopefully on Christmas cards or Valentine's Day cards. The great thing about these is the inside of these cards is white. Whoop, gotta love that, right? We don't need to line it with an extra piece of cardstock. So congratulations, Mary Lou, good for you. All right, I'm kind of cleaning this up because guess what I'm gonna do now? Oh, thanks, Mom. Mom says, beautiful cards. Well, thanks, Mom. She's my biggest fan, by the way. I have next month's card making kit to share with you, and it is a special edition for December. So listen up. It's going to be ordering early so you can get them early. All right, give me just a second. I'm going to flip you down. Yay, Mary Lou. It's so exciting when someone is actually live when we give, when we do the giveaway, because, you know, we kind of get to see their happy reaction. Hopefully she didn't go away. I think she's still here. All right, I got to pick up the little things. Otherwise, they're going to end up, you know how dimensionals go, right? I love my little sticky thing because it picks up this everything around me. All right. So for December, I guess it would have helped if I would have pulled out the stamp set. This is the great thing about my new microphone, because I can walk right around you and get it. Here we go. Making Christmas Bright and the coordinating light bulb punch. Remember, if you already have this, don't sweat it, because it's any $50 product order. It doesn't necessarily have to be this if you already have it. But I'm using these for the projects. And like I just said, it's going to be a special edition. I'm trying to fix you guys. I'm sorry. It's a special edition for December. All right, so I'm bringing you a little bit closer. So you're going to make 8 projects still. You're going to make 2 of these. Here's your full-size cards. And of course, you know, you're going to get envelopes. Cute, cute, cuteness, huh? And you're also going to make 2 gift card holders. So the belly band's going to come off. Remember, you're going to get a video. And in that video, I'm going to teach you step by step all the cool things. This one's plain inside. I actually show you in the video 2 different ways. I think it's this one. Yep, I stamped the little light bulbs here at the top. I used I think I used every image that's inside the stamp set. If you don't have this set, oh my gosh, I'm hoping it gets carried over because I love it. I'm going to give you lots of tips in the video along the way. You can stop and start as often as you'd like, working at your own pace, which makes working with me from home super easy. You're also going to get 2 of these. Look at these little mini gable boxes. I'll give you the boxes. You don't have to worry about that. You're going to get the designer paper, the pre-cut cardstock. If you want the gingham ribbon and you want these little star adhesive back little sequins, you'll have to order those. I'll have all the supplies on my blog. I'm working on that probably tomorrow, so it'll be up soon. I'll have the die cuts all ready for you. You can see that the paper will be slightly assorted, but everything's going to coordinate. Guess what? You only need like 2 ink pads, probably 3. And then the last 2 projects are these little mini cards. They're going to go great with gift bags or packages, or of course these adorable little shimmery white mini gable boxes. And I will give you envelopes for these as well. So you're going to get a total of 8 projects. You'll have your 2 boxes, your 2 mini cards, your full-size cards, and your gift card holders, like I said. And you can see that the gift card's going to fit right down inside. In addition to the video, you are also going to receive a PDF tutorial, just like you are tonight for the other projects. The PDF tutorial for the card making kits includes multiple pictures of each project, step-by-step instructions, cutting dimensions, and of course supplies. It's going to make it really easy for you to be able to hang on to that and duplicate these next year if you like any of these projects. So my iPad is frozen again. Oh, hi Danette. I think she had to leave and come back in. So I'm not the only person that's got a little bit of a problem. You know what I'm thinking? This is what happens often when Facebook gets really busy. They kind of get inundated with stuff. All right, so this is the card making kit for December. Let's talk a little bit about the dates. Oh, thanks, Megan. All right, I got my little cheat sheet here because I want to make sure that I get this right. So ordering is going to be earlier than normal. It is December 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Those 4 days, that's it. And we're doing it early because I want you to have them early. So the turnaround time is super fast for me. I'm going to mail them no later than that Wednesday, the 12th, which means that you will have them no later than like the 15th-ish. I'm looking for the 12th. The 12th is, I got November calendar here. I believe the 12th is a Wednesday. Most of you should have them by Friday or Saturday. All you have to do is stick them together, and you got instant cards, gift card holders, cute little boxes. These little boxes are going to hold everything from home baked goods to small gifts. I want to show you the size. The sizes are in the catalog. So this is my hand. It's the size of my whole hand. I can see all kinds of fun things in here. So definitely the card making kit for December is lots and lots of fun. You'll have to use the exclusive host code for the card kit. Otherwise, I won't know you're entitled to it. That's really important. And all that'll be over on my blog under the card making kits, under the online classes. I'm going to try to get that all up for you tomorrow. I think I've got it pretty much finished, so it'll be there for you. Okay, I got other cool stuff to show you, and I'm sure that you want to see it. Tina's leaving us. Oh no. Good night, Tina. Oh, thank you. I'll feel better. It's just got to run its course. You know how that goes. All right. So I've got to move this out of the way because I got to bring in the next bunch of goodies that I've been waiting to show you. When I came back from my trip, these were waiting for me. All right. So do you guys know what this is? This is the Stamparatus bag. But wait, I got more to show you. So this Stamparatus bag is so yummy. Okay. For those of you that have the Stamparatus, the stamp positioning tool, you want this. Okay, I'm going to bring you in closer so you guys can see this. Wait till you see it. Here we go. Okay, now I got to adjust you again. I know, I'm sorry. It's all part of the fact that you got to use your cell phone to do a live. All right. Oh, that might be too close. All right, here we go. Check this out. There's a snap on the outside for you to put extra goodies in. But I put this in there. This is the padded shoulder strap to your Stamparatus bag. So there's a hook here and there's a hook here. So you can put it on your shoulder. Great if you're going to a friend's or to a crop, so you can take it with you. Of course, there's still room here for other things like your adhesives. But look at this. Magnetic closure. Love it. All right. Zipper. First of all, let's talk about the canvas. Oh my gosh. It's super heavy duty, thick canvas. It's the kind of canvas that reminds me of what would be on a sailboat, that really thick, sturdy canvas. Zipper is super strong. The teeth are nice and big, so you don't have to worry about it jamming. But wait till you see this. I am so excited about this product. I think Stampin' Up! Totally nailed it. So some of you have been asking, is it big enough to hold extra plates? Yes, I'm going to show you. So this is the Stamparatus grid paper, which I absolutely love because it fits right on here. You don't have to worry about getting ink on there. There's the foam mat. Here's the actual Stamparatus itself. I've got my magnets here. Look at that. It's stuck to the magnet on the closure. There we go. That's my Stamparatus. There's a pocket here. So if you want to put these things in the pocket, you can. I mean, look at how slick. There's another pocket here. On this side, there's a Velcro open and close closure. And this is where I have put my clear mats. I even saved my instructions. A second set of clear mats will fit in here. The hinged plates, those will also fit in here. Plenty of room. And I love that it closes. I love that it's easy. It works really well. I have accidentally dropped it, although I don't recommend that you do that. Nothing broke, but I don't recommend that you do that. But I'm going to tell you what, look at that cool. Isn't this cool? I absolutely love this. The quality is fantastic. So if you have the Stamparatus or stamp positioning tool, you want this. This is really amazing. But there's more amazingness. Are you ready? Okay, now I got to flip you around for this one because it's too big. I got to make sure you can actually see me for this one. Okay, here it is. I'm grabbing it. Ooh. Okay, I got to take off the stuff on the inside because otherwise it's not going to work. Okay, you ready? Oh my gosh. I should be able to hear you squeal from home. Look at this. This is the new craft and carry bag that Stampin' Up! Just came out with. It includes this really cool tag, includes that same amazing zipper, store lots of goodies in there. It has outside pockets here and here. Look how big they are. Oh, look, you guys, they're lined. Same heavy duty canvas. On the other side, look at this big zipper compartment, lined. Love that. I'm telling you what, I was so excited when we found out about this when we went to convention. It also includes shoulder strap. Got to have that, right? It's got amazing, really sturdy rings. I'm talking these are super thick on either side. I know, the bag, okay? Now, I'm going to show you about the inside. I wanted to actually put it on my desk, but I don't think it's going to fit. It is amazing, but let me tell you about this. This divider, they come out. All of this can be reconfigured into, oh gosh, a gazillion different ways. So I actually put one in the center here. So you hear it? It's all Velcro, really strong Velcro. And I've been playing with this and I was like, I want to see how strong it is because I'm like a skeptic. Look, so you can divide this into small sections. The whole section in the center comes out too. So if you don't like dividers, check this out. Oh my gosh. These came out. This is amazing. Okay, Joanne has to go. It's okay, Joanne. Go ahead. We'll have the recording up here for you. So you have this huge cavernous bag. But you know what's amazing about this? There are more pockets on the inside that are lined on both sides. So 2 on both sides. It's incredible. Incredible. Now you're probably wondering how you can get it. You can't buy it. I know. Demonstrators could buy it, which is how I got it. The other thing is, by the way, you can reconfigure these any way you want to make this bag into a bunch of different compartments. So let me tell you how you can get this. This is only available during celebration if you buy the custom starter kit. So let me talk to you about that before you go, oh, don't roll your eyes at me. Hear me out, okay? From January 3rd through March 31st, this bag is an option. So the starter kit will actually go on sale. Normally, it's $125 of product for $99. And I'm looking at my notes because I want to make sure I don't get this wrong. You'll be able to get $175 in products for only $99. That's special number 1. This is under option 2. Option 2 is $175 in product and the bag, and the price is only $129. So actually the bag, it's worth over $50, but they're throwing it into the option 2 of the kit for just $30. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is a deal even at $50. I have another bag It's contraband. You know, I got it at Joann's years ago because Stampin' Up! Never carried it. This, hands down, is better. First of all, here's one reason why. My trimmer fits in here. I'm going to move this. Don't go away. We have one more Prize Patrol. My trimmer fits in there. The Stampin' Up! Trimmer has a locking mechanism on the top, so you don't have to worry about this falling out. This is the only one where my trimmer not only fits, I have room to spare on both sides. I love the fact that I can actually bulge this. I can make this super duper heavy. I can put catalogs in here. That is how sturdy this is. So I'm going to tell you, if you're thinking that the custom kit might be good for you, this would be the way to go. Now, the custom starter kit in January is actually going to hold you all the way until July 31st of 2019 to use a 20% discount. Now, a lot of people freak out when I tell them it's a demonstrator discount. But basically what it is we have lots of paper crafters who buy the custom starter kit simply because they want a discount on their own supplies. And during Celebration, which is Stampin' Up's largest sale of the year, which I just told you about, January 3rd to March 31st, they are offering two different custom starter kit options. The first one and then the second one, which includes this amazing bag. So it's up to you. But either way, you get the demonstrator discount through July 31st. There's absolutely no obligation to hold an event, to have a party, to do an online class, a video, nothing. We are happy to have that hobby paper crafter who wants his or her supplies at a discount. So please don't overlook this. If you are an avid shopper, this is for you. Definitely for you. Okay, so the Celebration brochure, I can't open it. I know, I'm sorry. I can't open it. It's against the rules, but you're going to be getting it in your mailbox if you have spent $50 with me between June and the end of November. You're automatically going to get this, okay? In addition to that, you're also going to get this. This is the brand new Occasions catalog, and I can tell you I can't open it up either. Linda says, oh, I got to get one. Great on my road trip to Florida. It's absolutely amazing. You are not going to be disappointed in this bag. One thing, too, about this handles, Linda, they're doubled up. So they're like double the material. Oh, the bag is fabulous, isn't it? I know. I'm so glad I got to buy it. The other great thing is when you're, quote, the demonstrator, whether you're a hobbyist or you're like myself, you're trying to build a little extra money. The great thing about the Stampin' Up! Stuff is we're able to buy before everybody else and we still get our discount. Yes, we do. So if you spent $50 with me between June and November 30th, you're going to get these in your mailbox. They are going to be coming probably the last week of December because keep in mind they don't start till January 3rd. And there's so much yummy stuff in here. I'm just going to tell you right now, save your money. Oh my gosh. I don't know how they keep doing it. They keep topping themselves over and over and over again. All right, before we do the last Prize Patrol, I'm going to give you a couple housekeeping items that I want to make sure that you're aware of. Remember that the Snowflake Showcase special ends tomorrow. Tomorrow is November 30th. So far, the only item that is sold out is the velvet paper. I know, it's amazing. I'm sorry if you didn't get it. It's amazing. So those products only till tomorrow. Okay, keep in mind I gave all my VIPs the free tutorial on our Facebook VIP page. Anyone else who ordered $25 or more in product, I'm sending it to them. Let's see, what else did I have to tell you? Answer that. Oh, YouTube Live next Thursday. You guys, be with me next Thursday, December 6th. Can you believe it's December 6th already next week? 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I have a project that I'm going to share with you live on YouTube. You'll get reminders on the VIP page as well as in emails and of course on my blog, so you'll have to watch for that. So that's it. I think that's the housekeeping items. All right. Remember to use the host code. Thank you so much. That's how I give you guys your product gifts. I pull those order totals together and those host rewards that I divide up among you. And I hope you feel special and loved because you certainly are. Absolutely are. I get to do what I love because of you, and I'm in business because of your business, and I can't tell you how grateful I am. I know you may have heard me say that lots and lots of times, but it's so true. So thank you so much. All right, last Prize Patrol. Oh, this gorgeous Miriam Rouleau and copper ribbon. Gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful on your packages as well as your cards. All right, let me see. I'm going to shake this up. And I feel sneeze again. Excuse you. Oh, time for medicine. All right, I'm mixing them up. I got one. And the winner is, here we go. It is Teresa Markinson. Congratulations, Teresa. I'm finding a glue dot so I can make sure that she gets this. I will be placing your orders for your product gifts tomorrow. As soon as they get here, you know, we separate them. Bob the Builder and I do it together. And then we get them all in the mail. Our turnaround time is usually within the same day. We try really, really hard. And I love and appreciate you so much, Kay, and all of you. Regardless of the size of your order, every single one of you lets me do what I get to do. And I just love what I do. And I hope that's apparent by what I share with you and that what I do. And I hope you feel special and rewarded by those gifts because you are special. You really are. All right, next Live with Lisa. Did I write down the date? Yes, December 27th. Remember, a $25 product order before shipping and tax is all you need to join us for December. You'll get to see the live demonstrations. You'll get all the tutorials and, of course, Product Prize Patrol. And I hope you guys will consider the December special edition card kit. I would love to have you all join us for December. All right, you guys. Oh, God bless me and my sneeze. Thank you. I need all the blessings I can get, but I am blessed. All right, guys. I love you all very much, and I'm so grateful for you. Mwah. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you again on YouTube Live next Thursday, you guys. Have a great night now. Bye-bye.